1981, just a handful of small ethanol plants produced less than 100 million gallons of ethanol, a clean-burning, low-carbon fuel made from renewable sources like corn. That year, the Renewable Fuels Association, or RFA, was born, the first national trade association representing U.S. ethanol producers. Now, more than 200 ethanol plants across 25 states have the capacity to produce more than 17 billion gallons every year. For 4 decades, ethanol has been the fastest growing renewable fuel on the planet. In 2020, the renewable fuels industry supported more than 300,000 American jobs, boosting household income by more than $18 billion. And the ethanol industry generated $34.7 billion in gross domestic product. Grain demand from the ethanol industry boosted the value of the U.S. agricultural sector by $18.8 billion. That's over $9,000 per farm. Nearly 1/3 of every bushel processed by an ethanol plant is used to make animal feed, resulting in the production of 34 million metric tons of feed in 2020. U.S. ethanol plants also provided more than 3 billion pounds of corn distiller's oil for use in biodiesel and as a high-protein animal feed supplement. Ethanol plants also provide 40% of the nation's captured carbon dioxide, or CO2, some of which is used as dry ice to store and ship life-saving COVID-19 vaccines. In 2020, many ethanol plants also provided high-grade alcohol for hand sanitizers and disinfectants. The U.S. is the world's leading ethanol producer, generating more than half of the world's output in 2020, even while battling the impacts of COVID-19. In spite of new trade barriers in key markets and pandemic-related shutdowns, U.S. ethanol exports reached over 1.3 billion gallons in 2020. U.S. ethanol was shipped to more than 80 countries on 6 continents in 2020. And 11 million metric tons of distillers' grains were shipped worldwide. RFA is working to ensure ethanol is a vital component of a low-carbon fuel future. Ethanol reduces harmful pollutants from the tailpipe, like carbon monoxide and particulate matter, that threaten human health. Ethanol also reduces greenhouse gas emissions by 35 to 50% compared to gasoline. In 2020, ethanol reduced CO2 equivalent greenhouse gas emissions by 47.3 million metric tons. That's like removing over 10 million cars from the road for an entire year, or eliminating the annual emissions from 12 coal-fired power plants. Higher blends of ethanol save consumers more money at the fuel pump and provide significant environmental benefits. EPA has approved the E15 blend, containing 15% ethanol, for more than 95% of the existing U.S. auto fleet. Nearly all 2021 model year vehicles carry the manufacturer's warranty and approval for E15. Today, E15 is available at more than 2,000 stations around the country, and flex fuels like E85, with even more ethanol blended in, are now sold at over 5,000 retail stations. The Renewable Fuels Association has led the ethanol industry since 1981, and we will continue to lead as ethanol continues to positively change the energy landscape in the United States and around the world.